Three, two, one. Hello and welcome to episode 106 of Ruse Radio. We are back at it again with a very special guest.
Hi, I'm Caleb Jones. I'm a stand-up comedian in the Chicago area.
Yes. And how long have you been doing comedy for?
My first stand-up set was in fourth grade. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good answer.
I did it as a talent show. My dad was like a preacher and like a public speaker for a long time, and I saw him do some like stand-up comedy. I was like, I want to do that. So I did. Me and my dad wrote a set for my fourth grade talent show, did it for my fifth grade talent show, and then I moved to like this really, really tiny town in Texas. I did it for my sixth grade talent show, and then I quit, started acting, and then picked it back up like sophomore, junior year, started getting paid for it my junior year, and then started double booking with two different comedy clubs in Lubbock and Amarillo my senior year. Yeah, that's my comedy rundown.
Wow.
Moved here, got my first paid show last week, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, whenever we met. I don't know.
So you moved here recently then?
Yeah. I moved here in late August, like the 26th of August, I think, was my first day.
When we say moved here, we were in Chicago, and he was recently, you grew up in Texas.
Yeah, Texas.
That's where it was.
Texas. In a really small town in Texas. Whenever I was a kid, I lived in Houston, and in like my middle school years, I moved about 2 hours north of Amarillo, in that area, like the really, really scary part of Texas.
Yeah. Do people not know about the scary part of Texas?
I mean, it depends on who you are. It's kind of scary. I mean, like there's just a lot of rednecks. That's like
Some people feel at home around those rednecks. They're like, I feel safe.
Yeah.
It actually goes both ways.
Yeah. It depends. It really depends on who you are, for sure.
Yeah. But so what's that like, the contrast? Because I got to imagine if you're doing comedy, the audiences are a lot.
Oh, yeah,
different.
absolutely. I mean, it really depends. Depending on, like, some of the shows I do down there, usually just, like, 40-year-old, like, drunk guys, very, very conservative. The jokes are a lot different. Yeah, I mean, like, it's very easy. It was very easy to take the jokes that I was doing back home and just change 2 words and then be jokes that work here. Like, that Trump thing killed down there. And I mean, like, I did it. It kills here too, because I mean, people don't like Trump here. People love Trump there, and they love him doing anything. Like, they just think it's the greatest thing ever.
that bit that works both ways. Yeah, just a Trump impression can go both ways.
Yeah,
they're either like yes or they're like yes.
Either
way.
For sure.
And it's not even that hard. You just gotta like do it justice, you know?
Yeah.
It was a big thing what I did, a very big thing.
A huge thing, they'd say. They said it might have been the best thing ever. They love it. They love to see it.
It's a universal bit.
Yeah.
It amazes me that Saturday Night Live doesn't get Trump right, because I think they make it too political. If you just did that, everybody would love you, Trump.
Yeah, absolutely. If you, like, I feel like what the funniest part of doing something Trump is if you make it so not politically, like, inclined at all, and just make it just funny. Like, it just him doing something stupid.
Because he's basically a comedy character
already.
already.
Absolutely. I mean, and that was so similar with, like, the Biden stuff, too. Like, if you did a good Biden impression and, like, just put him in, like, anywhere that's not political, awesome. Like, it's a 10 out of 10 always. Like, anything, that's the hard thing about political jokes is if you make them political jokes, it's hard to, like, you're splitting your audience in half. And if you make it not political and just have a political figure, it's so much funnier. It's so much funnier because everybody can, like, resonate with it.
And it's more like character comedy. It's not so...
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because, I mean, like, I feel like the joke becomes the situation rather than, like, you know, whatever I'm trying to get across.
Yeah.
What's funny is the situation itself.
Yeah.
Like, bro, Joe Biden is a hilarious situation.
He might have been the funniest president we've ever had. Like, he's
true.
Hilarious. Minnesota! Awesome.
In, like, terms of comedy, he could have topped Trump by a considerable margin. Like, it's actually very hard to debate such a thing.
Yeah.
Because, like, Joe Biden is unintentionally funny. Like,
Absolutely.
It's like when you have your grandpa at the cookout and you just put the camera on him.
Says wild stuff. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Who knows what grandpa's gonna do?
That one quote where he's just like, American can be described in one word. A lot of things. It's like that was it. That was the entire thing. Like he did not mean to say that. It was awesome though. Like
I'm really proud of him for getting through that.
Yeah, me too. I mean, hey, we still got like a month left. Don't jinx it.
You're right. You're right. He's been doing good so far.
Yeah, so far.
He's had his moments, but like for the most part,
yeah, no. The falling off the bike was definitely not the best, but everything else has been pretty good. It's been pretty good. The stairs, okay, maybe there's been some downfalls.
Yeah, literal downfalls.
Yeah. No, he fell up the stairs on that one.
Yeah, up falls, down falls. We've been doing a whole lot.
Absolutely, dude. Have you seen all those memes on like TikTok and Instagram of like the RFK stuff?
No, which ones?
Dude, the like put down the Cool Ranch Doritos. We're gonna make America healthy again. They're so funny, and like people like we gotta hit back day. It's like RFK lifting. Hilarious. The one good thing that's going to come out of the Trump administration is the crazy things that RFK is going to say and do. Like, I'm excited.
Bro, he'll literally be lifting weights, like telling you he's banning McDonald's.
He just does crazy things. RFK does crazy shit. Like, I think he like cut a whale's head off and put it on his car.
Yeah.
And then did you hear about him like picking up a dead bear off the side of the road and dumping it in not in Times Square, in where the big park in New York. I'm blanking. So Central Park. He like dumped a dead bear carcass in Central Park.
I heard about that, but like, okay, so that was from like what, a clip of him talking about it?
Yeah.
So you're like,
Dumped a bear over at Central Park.
I saw something with when he was talking to Roseanne. I saw that one, but that wasn't the bear, I don't think. It might have been the bear.
Yeah, no, he's done some crazy stuff.
I mean, hey, man, that's like America, bro. Like, that's very American of him. Like, he took advantage of his freedom, and he took care of that bear.
There's no laws that say you can't dump a bear in Central Park. And if there is, now that he's on the Trump administration, he's going to fix it. Like,
he's going to fix it. And this is where politics are at now. Like, that's a real fun situation to be in, actually. Like, you kind of want you're talking about bears now. Like, that's fun. Bears have entered the political conversation.
Exactly. And, like, bears weren't getting nearly enough representation in the media, and now they are. And this is growth.
Bear awareness, because like black bears or brown bears.
Yeah,
right?
Or there's white bears. There's not very many, but there are
polar bears.
The polar bears. Yeah,
and those bears are completely different than the black and brown
bears.
bears.
The polar bears are scary as hell.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah,
I've heard like people, because they look cute, like you see them, and you're like, oh, that's adorable. It's coming to just hang out with me, and then it side swipes your head off.
Yeah, dude. I think there's like a saying that's like, black bear, if it's black, fight back. If it's brown, lay down. If it's white, say goodnight. Like, you're dead. Like, you cannot fight back like from a polar bear. They're huge. It's like a gorilla, or it's just like scary. Like,
I think it's also that they live in such captivity. Like, they don't even encounter a bunch of other polar bears.
Yeah, or like even people.
Or I guess
like
solitude.
Anything.
What I should say. They live
Yeah,
in solitude.
absolutely.
Yeah, because no people, no bears.
People, yeah.
Your life is literally just the snow, and maybe you have a dad.
Yeah, for a little bit. Yeah.
That life would suck, dude. You would be the meanest motherfucker ever, but you look so cute. Like, that's the problem with polar bears. You see a picture?
No, they are very cute.
Yeah.
And like
that thing
it doesn't help that like Coca-Cola's like advertising them all the time. It's like,
propaganda.
he's gonna give me a Coke, and you're just dead. Like, that's the end of it.
You know what? That's their fault for maybe they've planted this thought in our head, like this beautiful polar bear that's so cute. Like, because really, I don't think there's one polar bear that's nice. People used to wrestle bears too. I don't know if they still do it.
I doubt polar bears. Maybe other bears.
Still,
I don't know about
the fact that you wrestle any bear
is scary.
That's crazy.
Dude, crocodile wrestling's crazy.
No, they're doing that in
crazy.
Texas? They do it in Texas?
I mean, there's alligators and like near Houston and into Louisiana. Like, there's quite a few there. They have like it's very similar to like Florida and stuff. Like they have like the alligators. I don't know if they have crocodile. I don't think they have crocodiles. Saltwater crocodiles and like just regular crocodiles. I don't think, or maybe I don't know. Don't quote me on that.
Well, you bet. Maybe they only wrestle the Did they wrestle both, or they only wrestle the crocodiles?
I don't. I know they wrestle the alligators. I've seen that. Like because like they'll get in like they're always in like golf courses, like waddling around.
If you don't know about alligator culture, your mind is probably being blown right now. You're like, people do what with alligators? Alligators do what? You can't handle this information. It's an information overload. That's what happens when your mind is blown. I love knowing that I can blow minds, and I love letting people know I blow minds. As a matter of fact, I do it for a living, and I identify as a professional mind blower. And that's right, folks. We got t-shirts to let everybody know. We don't even have to say it. We can just show them our apparel and say, check this out. It says what I do for a living. We're selling these shirts, $25. $25, you can get yourself one of these beautiful pieces of art. Smalls, medium, and larges available at this moment. If you need a different size, just let us know. We'll make it happen, all right? It's a dope way to support the show. It's a way to have a little piece of it with you. It's a good conversation starter. It's a little bit of everything. All right, so just consider that. Put that in the back of your brain and sit on that. And if you want to support the show a different way, if you want to help us out, you really like what we're doing here, it would mean the world to me if you go to the Patreon. $5 a month, the cost of a coffee, the cost of a beer at the bar, and you can make this show bigger than what it is now. It's what I want to do for my life. It's what I love doing. I love bringing people in and highlighting them and showing the person that's within them to the world, because all of us are incredibly unique and all of us have incredible personalities if we allow ourselves to shine and allow those unique parts to come through in their own way. And I think sometimes we just need somebody to help us do that, somebody supportive. And I want to be that guy. So if you really, really do want to help me blow minds, you want to make this a full production here, let's go on that Patreon. Let's support the show. All right, let's hear a little bit more about alligators.
And they get into like residential areas because they're like in the golf courses and they're like, dude, alligators are really fast. That's just a tidbit fact. Like they're really fast.
I believe it because like if you ever see a lizard that runs really fast,
yeah, they run fast.
Like it's probably like kicking those little.
You think you can run fast with 2 legs? Imagine 4 and a tail. Like it's pretty fast.
So like how fast we talking? Like 25 miles an hour?
Dude, I have no clue. Like I'd assume. I know they run faster than you. I'd say probably like 15. I'd say 15 miles an hour.
That's pretty fast.
It's pretty fast. Like they can pick up some speed because they have to. I mean, like you're chasing down some. Like you're in the water. There's like a deer or something trying to drink, and you're like, and you got to run after it. Deers are fast.
That'd be terrifying.
That would be terrifying. It is like because the water's murky.
Yeah.
It just comes out of nowhere.
Yeah. So and so when you live in an area like that, are you just used to these things? Then I imagine like you're just like, oh well, maybe.
I mean, there's usually like signs and stuff posted around, and it's like it's you usually don't swim. I mean, there's places like Lake Conroe. If you're like out in the middle of the lake on a boat doing like what's it called, noodling, where you're like they tie you to the back of the boat and you're like swinging around, like nothing's gonna like come out and attack you, but like it's usually like small ponds. They're like alligator infested, and there's just like so many that like you couldn't help.
Just small ponds, really?
I mean, they're in like big lakes too, but like the ones you got to worry about are the small ponds.
Yeah,
for sure.
I'm just gonna go for a little dip and
No,
boom, you're dead.
Yeah. It's
alligator came running 10, 15 miles an hour at you.
Yeah, can't outrun it. Usain Bolt would be shaking in his boots.
Dude, that's so scary. Because they're like fucking prehistoric creatures.
Yeah, no, they are.
I remember when there was a video that went viral like 10 years ago, and it was just like it was an alligator on a golf course, but it was huge.
Huge. Yeah, no, they get like 20 feet. Like they're huge.
Yeah, it didn't look real. I thought it was CGI.
Yeah, no, they're huge. I have friends who work at golf courses and stuff, and they see stuff like that all the time. Like the alligators in golf courses always get so big. Like I feel like they get bigger than anywhere else. They're always huge. And they're like usually they have like kind of like pet names for them too, like at the golf course, and sometimes they like feed them and stuff.
Hell nah.
Try to get them out and everything.
If you can't beat them, join
Yeah,
them.
yeah. They'll protect the golf course.
Dude, that's crazy. Because like, again, it's like sharks. I mean, alligators, sharks are. I don't know. Actually, I don't know which comes first because I know sharks come before trees, which is crazy. Sharks came before trees, but did alligators come before sharks? No, sharks had to come before.
I think sharks came before alligators.
But
dude, sharks have been around for forever.
Yeah.
Forever. Like since the dawn of time.
Isn't that crazy?
They haven't even like changed that much either. They're just like they created peak and they never switched from it. Like they don't have to. They're dominant predators.
They're actually in their final form.
Yeah, they are. They don't have to like. The megalodon was just like a flex for a little bit, and then they just made it small again. Like,
Yeah, you know, I bet sharks are like the god of the underwater ocean.
Oh, absolutely.
The fish are all praising the shark gods.
Yeah. Nemo. That's why fish are friends, not food.
Dude, if a shark came up on you right now, what would you do? You're swimming in the water, a shark comes up on you. What's your initial reaction?
What kind of shark?
It's a good question. Let's just say a shark that you can tell is skinny and fast and a hammerhead shark.
A hammerhead shark? Hammerhead sharks actually don't hurt people. Did you know that?
I picked the wrong one.
You did. If it was
Damn
like
it.
a bull shark, I'd be scared.
That's what I meant to say.
Punch it under the water. That's what
Oh,
I'd
bull
do.
sharks. You'd punch it?
Yeah, if you hit them in the nose, like in the nose area, they have like a bunch of like sensitive stuff there. They do. Yeah,
I've heard that before.
Yeah, they like if you like. That might be no, that's a shark. If you like touch their nose, they'll like open their mouth. Or maybe that might be an alligator. I don't know. They're both so prehistoric.
Oh my god! You have to go for the nose. That's so brave. 'Cause
Yeah.
the nose is right above the fucking
The
mouth.
Yeah. It's either you win the shark fight or you lose a hand. Either or, and you'll be a badass either way. You'll be like, yeah, I tried to punch a shark. You know, like it's still, like you're still gonna get like, you know how much pussy you're gonna get from being like, how'd you lose your hand? Nah, I tried to punch a shark. Like, try it is still awesome, just as good as punching a shark.
Yeah. Explaining your hook.
Yeah.
I fucking punched a shark, dude. I just say you should see the other guy. You know?
Yeah, you should see the other guy. The shark is now hung on my wall. Like that's
Dude, getting in a fight with any animal like that. So sharks, alligators, you don't want to fight either of those. Monkeys either though. I don't think you want to fight any monkey.
Dude, monkeys are scary. They're like people. I can't believe people have like monkeys as pets.
I can believe it because of the human spirit.
Yeah, no.
I think that, if a human can do it, they would do it. But monkeys are so fucking crazy. Like I've seen those videos of people with like it's the long armed monkeys, and like they swing them, or like you can swing it around.
Yeah.
It wants to jump around and swing. But like, dude, that thing, all it needs to do is want to rip your face off one time.
No, that like the video call. You know what I'm talking about? There's like these. It was like I don't know the whole story. I just like saw little clips every now and then. But it's like these two like women like had this chimpanzee that they raised from like birth, and it was like their little like thing, and it could like drive a car and like all this stuff. It could do all this shit, and it just like snapped one day because they wouldn't let it take the keys to the car, and it like ripped the girl's face off, like just like ripped her. I think she's like still alive. Like she lived through it, but it like it was awful.
It's on video?
Yeah, like it was on the 911 call. You could like hear like her just like and the monkey was like and he's just like going crazy.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Wow.
Yeah, no. I can't remember the name of like the story of the people, but it was like scary. It was scary. Wow. Don't listen to the call. It's scary.
I don't know. That might be what some people need to hear to not get a monkey.
Yeah, it's like this. You should hear that sound before you buy a monkey.
Yeah. Only listen to it if you're thinking about it, because like that monkey can kill you easy. All it needs to do is take what you did the wrong way.
Yeah, exactly. And they're
you
smart.
You took the driving privilege away from the monkey. It's gonna fucking kill you.
Yeah, no. It's like a 16-year-old kid. Like it's like, you're not gonna go to my fucking room. I'm gonna rip your face off. Except for they actually do it. Like this.
You know, and unless you have like someone with you at all, I don't even know, because I don't even know if someone can tear the monkey away. Like you might be risking your own life to get the monkey off Like a monkey is so strong, even the little
Oh,
monkeys.
so strong.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
Oh my God, that would be such a bad way to. I guess if you lose your face, you don't die. That's all right. But like to die, you just get killed by your monkey.
Yeah.
God, that would suck so bad.
No, it would be
You're like,
awful.
I thought we were homies.
Yeah, no, I let you drive my car, and you killed me. Like
Out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It'd be like if you're best friend, you guys were friends for years, and then one time you said, I can't go to the bar with you, bro.
And that whole time, you're getting shit thrown at you. Like,
yeah. And you just dealt with it because you guys were friends.
Yeah. Then he rips your face off.
He fucking just shoots you in the head because you didn't go to the bar
Yeah,
once.
exactly.
That's what that's like, dude. That would suck so bad. Your dog can't do that.
Yeah, no,
Your dog wouldn't.
can't.
Your cat can't do that. A monkey can do that. So those are the animals I think I wouldn't want to fight. I've heard kangaroos actually square off.
I love those videos.
You know what I'm talking
fighter,
about.
like the kangaroo fighting videos. They're awesome. They're so funny.
They really
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a giraffe fight?
Dude, they like hit with the necks and shit. Yeah, those are cool videos.
To the death.
Yeah, yeah.
That's wild.
I was watching deer fighting videos.
No,
where
they do that? I didn't even think about that.
Like the clashing the antlers and everything.
They fight each other?
Yeah. That's why they did you know like the antlers like fall off each year?
No, I did
You
not.
didn't know that? And
No.
they like regrow them each year.
Every year.
Yeah, like every year, whenever it becomes mating season, they like grow the horns and they come in with like this like velvety like skin layer over them, and they have to like hit it off with the tree and stuff, and it looks like a bloody mess. But they're just like, it doesn't hurt them. They have to do it, and then they fight other deer, and sometimes the antler falls off and they have to wait for it to grow back.
Sometimes it falls off.
Yes, no, it falls off. They fall off usually every year. Like I mean,
Really?
there's
What time? Like towards summer, like towards springtime, like after winter.
I think yeah, something like that. Like it's like through winter into like spring, and then in summer usually they like, and then they grow them back.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a fun fact right there.
Yeah.
But other animals that have horns, they don't. Like an ox, I think their horn just grows forever.
Yeah.
The one that
like
bends.
right out of their skull. Yeah.
Yeah, but I wonder why their antlers fall off. There's got to be some like biological reason.
Some evolutionary like thing that they like, just like the reason why. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's because like each year they grow back a little more full and a little like spikier. I think is like I don't know. I mean, that would make sense. I would give them like a advantage against the other deer.
Yeah, like next year I'll get it right. Next year my
next year.
antlers will be even better.
No, I haven't. My antler's not cool enough. I'm not getting laid. I need.
Imagine
bigger
if people
antlers.
had antlers that we grew and just fell off. Some people have tails, but like if we all had antlers, I think we would all compare our antlers to each other for sure.
People have tails. When does
Yeah, you didn't know
What?
that?
No, I didn't know people
Common
had tails.
knowledge.
That's cool.
Some people really do have tails. Yeah.
Like how long? Like, it's like tiny. Or like-
tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a pigtail type thing. But they have them.
Yeah, they do.
I swear they might even wag. I might not even make it.
They might even wag.
Imagine your buddy gets excited and you
Yeah,
just know because his tail.
You can see it in his pants.
Yeah, he's trying to hide it. Yeah, that would be embarrassing if we had tails.
Yeah.
Because like antlers, it wouldn't be so bad because antlers, it's like, you can't control it. But your tail would give away a lot of shit you might not be trying to give away.
Yeah.
It'd be like if everybody could see your boner all the time or
Yeah,
something.
absolutely.
You like you get real excited because like somebody said something, but like you're trying to hide your excitement, but everybody can see your little tail wagging back there.
Yeah.
Dogs probably feel like that sometimes.
Dude, antlers would suck because you wouldn't be able to wear hats. Like we'd have to like redesign all hats.
Great point. Great point.
Like each hat would have to have like a hole in it.
That would suck.
Yeah.
Every single year, you get your antlers are different, so you got to carve your hat again.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
get new
yeah.
hats. Yeah, antler life probably would. I don't want it. If I
wouldn't-
had to vote,
You wouldn't be able to wear like headphones either. Like that would also be hard.
depending on your antlers.
Yeah.
You could get lucky. You could
Yeah.
just have some ones that stick straight
Stick
out.
straight out. Yeah, that would.
It depends.
Yeah, it does. It's true.
Yeah, that'd be a fun little like lifestyle, Maybe in
Yeah.
the future when we start blending animals with humans, when
Yeah.
Alex Jones is proven right.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll happen.
Gables in the
I actually, that would be kind of a fun little experiment. Like, who knows what would happen if you mix some human DNA with the frog? Who really knows? That would be a fun thing to check out.
Yeah. How high could we jump?
How high could we jump? We could probably jump really high.
Yeah.
It's like when you mix humans with spiders and stuff. That's when it gets scary.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
Like, I don't think we'd be Spider-Man. I think it'd probably
We'd just be like nasty looking.
Yeah.
We'd have like big, like.
Oh
like,
my
all sorts of
God.
stuff.
Now, yeah, dude. Oh, what's your, okay, so if you had to pick like a human animal hybrid, like if you were going to pick and you were going to make it yourself, which one would you pick?
Dude, like a gecko or something. Like
Yeah.
you like climb on walls. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. It'd be like the Spider-Man ability, but like, I don't know. You could also lick your eyeballs.
Yes, you could do all kinds of things as a gecko. That would be so cool. And geckos are kind of cute too, so I
Yeah.
think it'd be socially acceptable.
Yeah.
People would like that. They'd be
They
like,
have like
you know
big
what?
eyes and everything.
They kind of look a little human, a little
a
bit.
little bit.
So you could probably get away with it. Yeah, that's a good answer. Man, I would just say like a dog. I would probably just go easy, go a dog.
Yeah,
Because you get like a
smart.
dog guy,
Yeah.
a dog friend, like a dog dude to hang out
Yeah,
with.
very loyal. You're loyal.
Dude, that'd be so cool. Oh, I've never even thought about this before. That would actually be the best. Like
Yeah.
if you had a friend who was part dog,
Yeah.
he would be the best friend ever.
Yeah. Man's best friend.
Like he'd be the most loyal friend you could ever have. He's always chilling. He's always there. He's always by your side, and he's also just like the coolest dude.
Yeah. Yeah. You
Oh
could
my
do
God.
tricks
Or a
and shit.
girl. It could be a
Yeah,
girl
yeah,
dog.
girl dog.
Girl dogs are fucking awesome too.
Yeah. Yeah. They're those bitches.
Yeah, dude, I love my
Yeah.
bitches.
Yeah.
I love my bros.
Yeah. Yeah.
What can I say?
Girl dogs. Hell yeah.
Girl dogs are awesome.
Yeah, I only had girl dogs growing up. I mean, like when I was a little kid, we had a boy dog, but like we only really got girl dogs because boy dogs like pee, like they like mark their territory and stuff.
Girl dogs don't so much do that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I never really thought about it that way.
Yeah,
Girl dogs are a little bit more like feminine.
Yeah,
Dudes just piss everywhere.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
true.
It's true.
It's true. We do that.
Yeah.
I did that yesterday outside in an alleyway. We do that all the time.
Dude.
So yeah, girls don't be doing that as much. Yeah. Oscar, my dog, my male dog, he never pees in the house, but he grew up around his mom, so he probably learned that from his mother.
Yes.
That is a good quality to
Yeah,
have, to not
yeah.
pee everywhere.
Yeah, not pee everywhere is good quality.
Yeah. I used to wet the bed for a while, not gonna lie. That was not a
Yeah, I
good
did for
quality
like,
to have as a
like
child.
4 years. Yeah.
4
Yeah,
years?
Yeah. I don't know when I quit wetting the bed, but
Oh, it took me a while. I mean, it's like embarrassing when I think about it, but you know what? I think we need to have bedwetter awareness.
yeah. Alright.
I really
Dude,
think
sometimes like I think the last time I peed in my bed was probably sometime in high school. Cause like you ever have those dreams where you're like at the toilet peeing? Dude, those are the worst. I
know.
hate those.
it feels unfair. It's like
Yeah.
God's playing a trick on
yeah,
me.
absolutely. It's like a prank. Like you wake up and you're like, dude, fuck you. Like that's
I remember
like-
doing that, but I didn't think it'd be like this. Like I that felt really real, but not this real.
Yeah.
Because you feel like you're peeing in the dream, but like, you know, like, I don't know, somewhere in your brain, you're like, this is right. This is right. And then, but you also sort of kind of know that you're really peeing. Like, sort of
Yeah,
kind of, you
yeah.
feel like you're really
You like
peeing.
feel like you're doing something bad. You're like, I shouldn't be doing this. What am I doing?
Dude,
Yeah, I get
that's some
you.
fucked up shit right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
That has happened to me. Like, in the last, like, I want to say within the last 6 years of my life, that's happened at least once, but I don't know. If that happened now, I'd be real upset because now I have a nice bed. Like,
Yeah.
I've always had shitty beds.
Yeah,
If that happened to my nice bed, I'd be really
I'd be
upset.
mad.
Yeah.
Dude, what would happen if you did it on like a purple mattress? Like would it just like get caught like in the like grid pattern, like she's at the bottom?
Hopefully. What else happens? Who even knows, dude? Like a purple mattress. Oh, that's a great question. Like one of those real nice ones.
Yeah, because they're made out of like water repellent like stuff, so it just like pool up like at the bottom in
You're
the
just
grid.
floating in piss.
Yeah,
You wake up and you're just floating in your own piss. That'd actually be better if you could just pour it off. I would be so
pour it
happy.
off.
Oh
Flip it
my
over.
God, dude, that's the worst feeling ever.
Yeah.
That's probably got to be on like the scale of terrible things to happen. Like waking up in your own pee is one of the worst ever.
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
so.
It's like it's up there. Like as like a kid, like you'd like throw up or something, go to your mom's, you're like, Mom, I threw up. You know, but like peeing is just like so embarrassing. Like throwing up, you can't really help it. Like peeing, you're like, I just feel dumb. Like, I feel dumb.
Yeah, you don't want to pee all over the place. Just like a dog, it's all the same. You got to learn how to piss control. And it's like possible. It's possible. It's something we can all train. I've heard that like if you hold your pee, that's actually like a good way to train it. Like when you have to pee, you just wait and you can train your bladder.
I think that's like bad. Isn't that like bad for your kidney or something?
Maybe. I was not told this by, I wasn't told this by a doctor.
Yeah, just like a friend. He's just like, just hold your pee. Like, okay.
Hold your piss in. I remember I dated a girl once and she went on a really long road trip and didn't pee once and she was so excited about it. And I was like, wow, like how? She's talking about like 14 hours, like 18 hours in a car. She didn't pee one time. And she was like just saying how she had to pee, but she just didn't pee. And I'm like, how? At a certain point, I would pee myself.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
Just pee. I'd be like, get me out of this car right now. I will pee by those trees.
I can't. I'm going back home to Texas next week. Like for Thanksgiving, I'll leave like Wednesday-ish, and we gotta drive like 15 hours. Like I'm probably gonna pee at least 6 times.
Yeah,
I'm not holding that shit.
That's reasonable. That sounds like a normal amount. You're going back to Texas. How often do you go back to Texas now?
This will be my first time since I've left.
Cool.
I've had people come up here. I mean, here is a lot better. Back home, so the town that I lived in Texas was really small. It was around 8,000 people, I think. My graduating class was like sub 100. And the closest Walmart was 64 miles away. It was awful, so bad. So I mean, people like them coming up here is way more fun. Like it's fun for everybody. Like we get to do all sorts of cool stuff.
It's a whole new world.
Yeah.
Probably would be really exciting because you go there, it's just kind of like you're trying to figure out stuff. You can
and
do.
where I was at in Texas, it's just like plains. Like it's just like grassland. There's like no trees. Like you can see the town like 30 miles away. Like and the stars are cool. Like you can like look up at the stars. Those are nice. But like everything else, just like it's not my favorite.
So you don't have the urge to go back at all. There's not a whole lot of that.
Not really. I mean, like my hometown, my parents kind of like moved out whenever I graduated. So there's like I don't usually have to go back to my hometown. I am gonna go back because I want to see my friends. Be like, hey, and then leave. Like go back.
That would be fun to drag them here.
Yeah.
That's what's. I try to do the same thing with the people from where I'm from, Flint, Michigan. So I'll be like,
cool,
you want to come here? Trust me.
Is the water that bad?
So, yeah, it's not good. Yeah, that's the question people always ask, and it's sad just because, you know what's so sad about it is that the federal government never stepped in and said like, hey, we see this as a problem. Let's just fix this. Like, let's put some money towards this. To me, that's like so crazy. Like, how do you never have that? Instead, you have Obama showing up there and saying, when I was young, I might have chipped a little paint off the wall and drank a little, or, put a little paint in my mouth. Like, he said something like that. And then he also, like, he did this thing where he pretended to drink water. Like, he put the water up to his mouth and pretended to drink it. And then he said, this is not a stunt. And then he did that. And I remember, like, the part of it, too, was he said, can I get a glass of water? He said that on stage in Flint, and everybody in the audience is going, no. You can hear it on the video. He said, no, don't give him water. Give him bottled water. And he says, no, I just want some water from the tap. And they hand him the water, and then he pretends to drink it. And then he did the same thing with the governor who caused the whole problem in the first place. Where there was like a meeting that they did, who really knows? And then like they're all sitting around each other, and Obama does the same thing with the water. It's like, what the fuck is going on here? And the guy was Rick Snyder, and then that's how it all became Gretchen Whitmer, because it all flips like that.
Yeah.
And then now a million things with her, dude. It's just a fucking dude. It's all just it's amazing that there was not just a bunch of money put towards that. Because you know what's so crazy about it to me too is that you hear things about Chicago water, and you hear things about Washington D.C. water.
Yeah, and Washington D.C. water's nasty.
Yeah, and
I'm not
like,
a huge fan of the Chicago water either. Back home, it was like everything was out of like the Ogallala Aquifer. Like it's like this aquifer underneath Texas that's like draining, and it's not like replenishing. So it's just like we're losing a bunch of water. Like we'll never get it back. But it's good. It tastes awesome. Like it's good water. I mean, like I don't care. It's good. Here's like it's not awful in Chicago, but like every once in a while you'll be like, That wasn't good. That wasn't very good.
What was that?
Like it's just not very good water. Like, and then every now and then you're like, oh, this doesn't taste that bad. But then sometimes you just get the wrong.
You get a little
glass
bit
out
of
the top,
some some chemicals in
Yeah.
your mouth, like a little bit of that, little bit of extra fluoride.
Yeah. Dude, that's something else RFK is doing. Is he's gonna try to remove fluoride from water?
You think he's gonna pull it off?
I don't know. They tried it. They've tried it in multiple places, like in like Canada, and it's like a bunch of like kids got like cavities and stuff. Like that's what it's for, is to help dental health.
Yeah.
But like people are like, it's brainwashing you. Like what
I wonder.
is fluoride?
Well, because you're not supposed. The argument would be you're not supposed to drink it, right? Like you're not supposed to consume it. You're supposed to just like have it in your mouth.
Yeah.
That would be, which I don't know if that's true or not.
Yeah.
But it is crazy. Like, what is crazy about it is, like, before, I remember 10 years ago, if you would have said fluoride's in the water, people would just say, that's fucking crazy. There's no way. Nowadays, it's like, okay, we all agree there is fluoride in the water. But now the question is, how much fluoride is a good amount?
Yeah, and how much should we have? Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Weren't we just saying they weren't doing that?
Yeah, and now they're doing it. We're just gonna like, yeah, sure.
That's great. And like, I guess it's something that I think it was the 50s or 60s when that passed and that became a thing. Because it's like, did we have bad teeth before that? I actually don't know. Like, in the 20s, we didn't have bad teeth. I don't think we had bad teeth.
Maybe.
Did we though? I don't know. I have to
how much
study this.
did it really help? And like, I mean, now that we have like the technology we have, we can see how it does affect us. Like if fluoride is like actually like doing something harmful.
But it is everywhere.
Yeah,
That's what's crazy.
everywhere.
Like, you can't do a good test without good control. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if there are studies of like, hey, these people are drinking fluoride and these people aren't. Like, I know that you do see like the conspiracies that they're like the city water's where all the fluoride is.
Yeah.
That's why they're all so bad in the cities.
They're all brainwashed.
It's the fucking water.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, like, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I'm no scientist. Maybe I am brainwashed by the water.
Yeah, Alex Jones quote, there's chemicals in the water that turn the fucking frogs gay. Like that's all that.
It might be true, man.
It's definitely true.
I might be gay. I'm not sure. It could be the water.
I think it might be the water. I don't know.
I'm trying to figure things out.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like, yeah, it is a fun, like, it's a fun world. It's a fun time to be in. I try to remember this. Like, it really is a fun time. If you compare it to like any other time in history, it's like you can't predict tomorrow now. You really can't. Like in the past, you could predict it. Now it's just like you got to really let things play out. You don't know how it's going to go.
Yeah.
Joe Biden started falling asleep on us.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
fucking Vladimir Putin may or may not be Satan himself. I don't understand all this.
Dude, I love that one super crunchy meme with like the pigeon saluting Putin. Have you seen that? Like they're just like, he's walking around. It's like CGI edited a pigeon to go like this. Like with the thing, it was pretty funny.
He's got even the pigeons.
Yeah, he's
on
got
his
the
side.
pigeons on his side. Yeah,
fucked.
and the pigeons are all robots. Like
Yeah, dude.
surveillance systems.
If you haven't figured that out by now.
Yeah.
The
Then
birds are obviously robots.
this is
It's not all the birds. That's how they get you. Some of the birds are real.
just the ones you can kill are real. Like,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
The
Because
robots are
people
too
would like,
advanced.
they'd point to that as evidence. Like, oh, well, I can hunt a bird and kill a bird. It's like, yeah, that's not the birds that are spying on you. Those are the other ones.
Yeah, the robot birds are way too smart to be
Mm-hmm.
killed by a mortal like you. Like you're not. That's it.
As much as I joke, I do love the conspiracy theories.
Yeah,
I
me
could like
too.
fucking live with just I could know that nothing I believe is true and just believe in every conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
And I would be totally happy.
Yeah, me too. I get you. Yeah, I get you. I like
I kind of
conspiracies.
want to believe there's lizard people.
Dude, have you heard about the aliens living underwater in the ocean?
Now that's just probably true.
No,
I
it's
mean,
true. There's
that's
like
where
a
they would
court
be.
case going on right now.
No.
Yes, I swear. Look it up. Like
Get
I'm not
outta
even
here.
kidding. Like they had to testify in court under oath, and they're like, "Do you know of intelligent life beyond the human race?" And they're like, "Yes." Like
Underwater.
Yes, underwater in the ocean.
That's where they would be.
It's octopus. Octopus are definitely aliens. They have like 4 hearts and 8 legs. Come on, dude.
Yeah.
It's definitely an octopus. And they can like solve puzzles and shit. Like have you seen like they can get into jars and like come out? They're definitely aliens.
They probably are. Like, that's probably
There's like no other animal that looks anything like them.
It's
like
the-
there's squids. There's squids and octopus. What else?
well, there's so,
Starfish.
it is like It's the jellyfish, the starfish. It's all the deep sea creatures that look really crazy.
Yeah, no,
it's all the deep sea ones.
They look crazy.
Because and dude, it just blows my mind thinking about it. Because we don't even see. We see like a fraction of these motherfuckers.
Yeah,
there's so many that there's squids we've only seen like one time.
Yeah, it's like there's like the Earth is like 70% water, and we know the least about like things in the water.
It blows my mind that's not more of a priority. Like,
yeah,
we don't
absolutely.
think, hey, maybe we should map the ocean.
We can't. Like it's changing constantly, and like you can't go like we don't have like submarines that are good enough to go down as low as we can go. Like,
we just go to the Titanic and explode.
Yeah, exactly. We could barely even do that, and that's like it's deep. It's like I think that's like a couple miles deep or 100 miles deep, and like we just like we can't even do that. Like how are we supposed to go to the Mariana Trench?
James Cameron wasn't it James Cameron that went all the way to the Marianas Trench and he went straight down and then he went back up? But that was back in like I want to say the early 2000s.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever explored the bottom of it. I think we have with like a robot and stuff, but I don't like. I think there's people who've like gone in the Mariana Trench, but like to like a lower basin, but like not to like the very bottom.
Oh, that's so scary because like it's literally. Anything could come swimming up to you.
Yeah, have you heard the conspiracy theories about a megalodon in the Mariana Trench?
Not in Mariana's Trench, not there. But just
in the ocean.
How could you deny that there's a possibility of a megalodon? You can't say no.
Dude, megalodons are scary.
They probably are real. There's at least ancient sharks that we barely ever see in the deep sea. So who knows? If there's a gigantic shark.
There's a huge shark.
Godzilla's probably real.
He's living in the Mariana Trench.
Godzilla and these megalodons are probably having fights.
Yeah, fights under the water.
Yeah, we just don't see this stuff.
Yes.
Like all of that stuff is probably a little bit. There's a grain of truth. Like it's okay. The deep sea having aliens in it. That's probably undeniably true.
Yeah,
because
and there's been they're trying to like replicate like UFO like they like have UFOs and they're trying to replicate their like the power sources that they use and stuff like that, like the engineering of them. That's like this is all a court case. Like after the podcast, go look this up. Like
I believe that
it's crazy.
But that's what's so crazy about that too is like with the UFO disclosure stuff that's happening now is that again it's like something shifting because before it was we're not gonna say anything.
Yeah,
about
there's
UFOs.
no aliens. There's no aliens.
Now it's
at
like
all.
I guess we have had.
Yeah, there's been a couple aliens. It's like
a couple.
You can't do that.
Well, and like I know that they're saying that there's like. Because there's only the people that are like the problem with this whole alien thing is that there's whistleblowers, but it makes me in my conspiracy brain think, okay, how many of these whistleblowers are like federal people that are actually being put forth to misguide people on the alien topic?
Yeah.
Because there's a guy Sean Ryan who has a podcast. He's gotten very popular. I had no idea how popular he was until I saw him he was on Joe Rogan and I saw all the comments saying like, oh my God, this guy's like, I can't believe he's finally on here. I'm like, who the fuck is? And then I go on his podcast and he'll have whistleblowers on that are like UAP people and they come on and they say like, hey, I witnessed this alien spaceship. This is what I saw. And they're only on this show. They're not on a bunch of other shows. And these people are credible. He's had Stephen Greer on, and Stephen Greer is one of the big people in this circle of like UAP. You might know who that is.
No, I don't. This is new information. Okay. I've seen some stuff about the alien things on different like social media platforms.
Well, this is what I'm saying though. Is I don't know how much of it's real or fake.
Yeah.
Because Stephen Greer comes across to me as like, I don't know if he's telling the truth or not. He makes such extraordinary claims. Like he says, like, we know how UFOs work. Like, I know all this stuff. And he sounds so confident and you want to believe him. But it's like, okay, but maybe that's like the narrative that I'm supposed to believe. Yeah. So I just don't pay attention to the fact.
Yeah, other stuff going on.
There's other shit. Yeah. Like, what if it's something else?
That's what makes it fun. That's what makes conspiracy theories so fun, I think.
It breaks my brain because the UFOs, you really don't know. And now they're saying we have gotten objects. We have taken them out of the sky.
Yeah.
And we don't know how they work. We're trying to reverse engineer them. Out of the ocean.
Out of the ocean.
That's crazy. And like, oh my gosh. Because it's just like 60 years ago when you have, who was it? Reagan who said he saw a UFO? There was some president who said it. And everybody's like, that's crazy. And now you got like Now you got Donald Trump on Joe Rogan saying, I'll tell you all about the UFOs.
There's going to be so many. We don't like them. They're very scary. We don't like what color they are. That's what we dislike about the aliens. It's like, no, stop, Trump. Stop.
I'm like, keep going. I'm loving this, dude.
He's a goofball.
Tell me more about the aliens.
Trump also says some funny shit. Like, I'm excited for that. Like, I
try to tell people, you got to look at it like it's a comedy act. And then it's just so good.
Dude, politics have become such entertainment in the last couple of years. It's just like we've got like rappers on stage. We have like fucking what the hell is Elon Musk doing on stage?
Yeah.
Coming
we got
out
Tony Hinchcliffe roasting Puerto Ricans.
Yeah, dude. Crazy.
At a Trump rally. This is a brand new world that we're in, dude. I really do think that it's like it's a good time to be alive if you can look at it positively.
Yeah, I think that's how all life is. Like
yes.
if you can have a positive outlook on stuff, it's just like it's not. We're also two white guys in here talking about this, so we don't have anything to be scared about. But
yeah, man, I'm set. I mean, I gotta be honest.
I'm so scared.
I'm set right now.
Yeah.
On behalf of the whites, I gotta say, we won the battle, but maybe not the war.
Yeah. Dude.
But I mean, like, it is like, it's a fun thing to observe because, like, again, like, that's kind of what I was saying. Like, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, you look at politics, it's kind of boring. It's kind of not that fun. It's kind of like, okay, like Obama was a fun character, but, like, he wasn't really, like, okay, so now we can have Coffee and stuff like that back. Like, we can get back to that 2016 era we were in. That was a good time.
It's a good
Joe
time.
Biden gave us some laughs. You know, he fell off a bike. He fell up some stairs.
Yeah, he did. There were some good moments in the Joe Biden stuff, like him walking off randomly. Always funny.
Yeah.
Never failed to make me
Reading
laugh.
nothing
But now
and
we
no
get
one.
to hear stuff like, "You'd be in jail. You're a nasty woman." Like that's awesome. Like that is the best. Like,
It makes me
it's so
wonder
funny.
what's next. Like, if this is a TV show and these are the seasons and everything escalates, like, what's the next season?
Yeah,
What do we get next?
And what's the finale? Like, when do we get the finale?
The finale's gonna be wild.
No, it's definitely like a TV show. Like the assassination stuff and everything. Like that's, dude, that was like the climax. And then
It makes
we got
you believe
to,
in a
like,
simulation, shit
yeah,
like that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
There's like this stuff like this makes you. There's no way we're not living in some kind of story. Like there's like this is somebody's story. We need to figure out who it is. Like this is fake as hell. Like there's no way all this shit happens. There's no way that Jake Paul beats Mike Tyson. Like there's no way.
Yes, dude, it's so funny. Like, I feel like the simulation at a point it's caving in on itself. Like we're at a point where the simulation wasn't supposed to go this far, and now it's like exposing itself to us.
Wasn't there like there's like a Elon Musk quote that's like, the possibility that we're in a simulation is like way greater than the possibility that we're not. Like it's like a 1 quadrillion % chance to 1 that we're in a simulation versus we're not.
I wonder at what his reasoning is for such a statement.
It's just I don't know. Like at this point in time, we would have already like had a simulation working. You know what I mean? Like we'd like, or we're like, it's either we're gonna get to the point where we can make a simulation or we're in a simulation. I think is like the whole argument.
Because that's kind of probably why it's so easy to say that now, is because you can see AI and how you could form some form of thinking.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you just went far enough with AI to where you're creating universes within your universe, what if I'm in like the fucking AI bot right now?
Yeah, dude, I am
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT.
I could literally be ChatGPT right now. And
really bad at writing essays.
Dude, I think that there is a possibility that it's a simulation. I think
yeah,
like
for sure.
life kind of like, I like to not think so, and then shit happens and I'm like, yeah, dude, maybe
I think it's all
that's
just a
it.
game show. I think life is just like, it's like the Truman Show. That's how I
Yeah.
feel. And we just need to figure out who like the Truman is. Like that's what we need to do. Who is Truman? Who's the main character? It was Gandhi for a while, I think. They killed him off and they're writing in a new character. We just gotta figure out who it is.
Who is it? That's a great question. Who's the main character of life?
Main character. It's Chuck Norris. That's
It's Chuck Norris, dude. Chuck Norris is a good one. I mean, it just depends on who you ask. Because, like, people would tell you, that's a great question for anybody.
Yeah.
I feel like if I had to pick, it's between either Donald Trump or Kanye West. I think they're both main characters.
Kanye West is a really funny person to put as that. That's really funny.
He could very well could be, and he's trying to tell all of us.
Yeah, dude, he's like the #1 conspiracy theorist. Like highest platform and is saying the craziest shit. Dude, Kanye West, he's funny. Kanye West is funny. Like the whole thing where like whenever you're saying that crazy shit about Jewish people, wild. And then they're interviewing him privately and he's like, I'm not gonna say who diagnosed me, what doctor, what people diagnosed me as bipolar. It was a Jewish doctor. It's like, dude, you can't, like, that's literally what he said. Like, that was a setup and punchline. That's horrible. You cannot say that, Kanye. Stop. Vultures 1, Vultures 2. We're getting bullied. No, we're not. We're not getting bullied.
You think Kanye will ever return back to the old Kanye? Wasn't that what they're saying with Bully? Is they're saying it's going to be...
Yeah, it's supposed to be super good. I mean, I don't know. I listened to, like, that one clip that they released on his Instagram, the Beauty and the Beast. That one's good. I like that one. But, like, it's not old Kanye. Like, he's not rapping about Chi-Town and all the stuff that he was doing before.
Yeah. I miss the old Kanye.
Yeah, straight from the go Kanye. Or whatever. That's his quote.
But you know what? It's crazy because he was ahead of his time when he said that. He was like, because Kanye is a whole different person now than he was in 2013 when that album came out.
Yeah. Life of St. Pablo is 2013?
I think so. Maybe it's 2014.
I thought it was 14 or 15.
Still though.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Almost 10 years ago.
He has a quote that he's like, I'm 10 years ahead of all of y'all. Like, that's like one of the things he said. He's like, I'm 10 years, y'all just got to catch up.
I think he said in one interview, I heard him say, it's not that I'm not right. It's that I'm not right now.
Yeah.
Fucking genius, dude.
Crazy.
Because, you know, it's so crazy is it's not even necessarily wrong. Like, he might be correct. Like, when you look at Kanye and the things that he said 10 years ago, you're like, all right, well... And like people take him out of context a lot of the time too.
Yeah,
That's the thing is usually what he's doing is he's speaking from the heart and he's trying to make a greater point, but he embellishes things in just the right way to try to like titillate your senses and get you to think about what he's saying.
Yeah.
It's like he's trying to play chess.
Yeah.
But it's that comes up like, and he keeps escalating that. I keep saying this. I really wonder what like the next era of Kanye is gonna look like. You can't predict it. We don't know. We don't know where Kanye is going next.
Nobody knows.
It could be wild.
Dude, I'm glad that the like Vultures era is over. Like him in the sweatpants was not the move. Like it was ugly. That looked awful. He looked like it was really bad. Like in like the shoulder pads and everything. Ugh. Those Yeezy pods are ugly as hell. Like, so ugly.
You just don't understand fashion. You don't understand
I have like a pair of like the Yeezy 500s, like the ones that he released for like Adidas. And I but like that's like it. I have like a Yeezy hoodie too that I like. But those Yeezy pods are so bad.
I heard people were really upset about how long it took to get
them. Yes. I had a friend who ordered them and we all made fun of them and it took like 3 months, and we were like, "You're never gonna get them." And he was like, "I got them."
That's crazy. Yeah. Because like, what if you had to move, or like, what if there's stipulations here? Yeah, like not everybody can just stick around and wait for your fucking t-shirt.
Yeah, for your $20 Yeezy pods.
Yeah, like what is this? But that is a very Kanye move.
Yeah.
It actually makes sense from Kanye West. As a Kanye fan, you got to be like, well.
Yeah. No, the amount of times he's been like, I forgot to release the album. Like, dude, you have to expect that you're not getting your shit for a long time. Like, if you want anything from Kanye, it's taking forever.
I feel like Kanye West is definitely though like one of the realest people. He's one of the realest people. Are there any comedians you think that are like more real than other comedians that stick out to you?
Like people who aren't fake?
Yeah.
Dude. I anytime people ask like who's your favorite comedian, who do you think did like dude, Robin Williams, his stand-up specials were so awesome. So
very
awesome.
energetic.
Yeah, absolutely. And he was just like he was a very down-to-earth guy too. Like he very funny, awesome style fashion as well. Like he was like people like slept on his like fashion sense. He was crazy. Like really good fashion. Like he had like I don't know. He do you know Bape? Like the like it's a very very popular like Japanese clothing brand. It's called
Yeah.
Bape. He was like one of the first people who like started like wearing Bape like in like mainstream. Like he was like the first guy. Everybody at the Bape store knew Robin Williams. It's awesome. And I love Robin Williams. He was very real. I feel like currently I don't know. Somebody who's like very very like real.
Robin Williams is a great answer, though.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't think of anything right now. I don't think.
I'm satisfied with Robin Williams. I forget, dude. Robin Williams is probably one of the best ever to do
ever.
Just whatever it is. Like, not even just stand up, but like in his drama roles.
Yeah, anything. He was awesome. He was like a better Jim Carrey, and that's hard to say. Like Jim Carrey's awesome, but he just did it better. Like he was just like.
It's a great comparison.
Yeah.
Because I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, because
It's
Jim Carrey can do a real good serious role too, like in like The Sunshine of a Spotless Mind. So good.
Yeah.
So good. Best like top 2 movie of all time in my opinion. I love that movie.
Uh-huh.
And like Good Will Hunting, dude, with Robin Williams. Robin Williams killed that role.
Yeah.
That's a good movie.
Yeah, Good Will Hunting is what a lot of people like. I think that was the first real thing I saw him in was Good Will Hunting. Like growing up, I don't even think I saw his comedy first. I think it was that.
Oh, really?
It was my first impression.
No, my first impression was definitely Aladdin. I think that was my first impression.
You know what? I have to say it probably was it. Now that I think about it.
Yeah,
because
dude.
Aladdin, like you don't even realize how Robin Williams that was until later.
Yeah,
like,
until later.
That was
like, that's
all
just
him. Yeah. Like he was literally just giving them material and they're animating off of his material.
Yeah, it's just like goofing around.
That's incredible. And that's like, wow, that's so crazy to think about because they don't really do it like that now. They don't do it the same way. Like you don't have a Robin Williams that'll just go in there and improv.
Well, because you can't. You heard about like the writing protests and stuff, right? Like you can't improv like on like while you're filming anymore. Like though you'll get like a bunch of money taken out and all this stuff because the writers weren't getting paid enough, and because of that, like they have to pay the writers more, so they have to use the stuff that the writers write. Like you can't like improv a scene or something like that, which sometimes takes away the joy. Like with the Deadpool movies, like the first 2 were very, very improv. Like the first one was just like Ryan Reynolds fucking around, and it was hilarious. Like that movie was awesome. The first Deadpool was like probably the best thing like Marvel like had done it forever. And then the second one was it was good. It was still super funny. The third one was really, really good, but it didn't have that improv charm that like the first one did because he couldn't. Like he wasn't allowed. But they still wrote him well. Like they wrote what he said well. You could just I could tell that was like all scripted. I don't know. That's a really weird thing to say, but like I just like felt it in my core.
Why would they do that?
It's just because of the people like protesting and everything. Like you just like they had to. That was one of the things in the contract. Oh. I know. I think Ryan. Yeah, I think he was like wrote in Deadpool. Like he was like one of the writers in the writing room. So like I mean he still got to put his jokes in, but like they just weren't like on the spot.
That's a lot different because like the thing is again with someone like Robin Williams, so much of what he did was improv.
Yeah, it was just like messing around, saying all
like
sorts of
if you hired him, you had to accept that's what you're getting.
Yeah, and yeah, because the closing line in Good Will Hunting is improv. It was just like crazy. Like that is the best line in the show, and it's just like that was just off the cusp. People being able to do improv, that's so impressive to me. Like
I think improv is a
skill.
foundational skill.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I think that there's definitely people who are stand-up comedians who do not or aren't like who shouldn't be because they can't do improv very well. Like like all their stuff's written. They have a very like they're very witty, but like dude, improv stuff, I think it's so skillful. Like seeing somebody like I would much rather go watch a stand-up show where it's like half crowd work, and there's a lot of people who dislike that, but like I think that it just shows how quick people are. Like I love doing improv. I love just messing with people. Yeah. But like, I mean, written stuff's fun, but improv is it's great. And doing like improv, like actual improv, like with like a troupe and stuff like that, and like group improv is so fun. I'd never done it before, and coming to school at Columbia for comedy, that's like one of the first things they teach us. And I started a troupe. We've done shows and stuff. So much fun.
And Chicago's big on improv.
Huge on improv.
Yeah.
Huge on improv.
And like I feel like all you need is the right community for it, because improv really, to me, what's so funny about it is like I remember when I was learning about it, I'm like, oh, this is shit I would do anyways. Like this isn't like a practice of me. This is like literally like this is what I would do if I was talking to my friend and be like, yo, let's just like I used to try to get people to do shit like that with me when I was younger. I'd be like, I'm gonna say a word, you're gonna say a word, and we're gonna tell a story.
Yeah.
I would try, and
we'd do that in the car. Yeah, like me and my family would always do that in the car. We'd be like, we're gonna make a story. Everybody gets to say one word each time they go around. Like
that's
improv. Yeah, it's improv is so cool. The foundations of improv, and then like long form and stuff. I'm trying now to like start working on like more like just doing random characters, like having like I'm a grandma, like just like doing a character is something that I'm working on. And I'm good with voices. I love making like funny voices. It's the best.
Yeah.
Funny faces are awesome too. Physical comedy is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have any favorite characters you found through your improv?
Dude, stoner characters are always so funny. Like come on, man. Like, I don't know what you're talking about, man. And he's just like super high. Like, that's great. And I love it. In improv, it's so fun too. It's so fun. Because it always like I did it today's Saturday, yeah? I did it yesterday. I was doing improv yesterday. And
where at?
With Columbia. They have like a improv club, and
Nice.
that's where I was doing. We were doing like these scenes and stuff, and we had to. We were doing New Choice, the game New Choice. We were stuck in a haunted house, and I was a stoner, like in the haunted house. So much fun. You're just like, dude, I'm freaking out. I'm like, I'm way too paranoid. It's so much fun. So much fun. I love doing characters and improv, and that's like a real basic one. It's just like the stoner guy and like the really grumpy lady in like a line at a store is also really fun. I don't know. Sketch is cool too. I just started writing sketch. Hadn't really done that yet. I'm going to start like a TikTok thing soon. I think like starting to post like consistently on TikTok is something that I'm working on now. And I'm going to have like some Columbia graduates and Columbia students like write sketches, and then we'll pitch them each week and everything like that. So
Nice.
Yeah.
That's exciting, dude.
Yeah.
Because like I feel like the thing is like it's one of those muscles that is like, when I say foundational, like improv is so great because it helps with everything else.
Yeah.
Like with the script, with the sketches and all of that, you
absolutely.
can take that improv knowledge and all of those little things that you might do during improv and incorporate that into something else. Like you figure things out through doing them though.
One of the things that we were told, so we just started our like sketch writing portion like literally last week.
Okay.
And one of the things that they told us to do is if we're writing a sketch, we have the characters in the scene, and then we run it through improv. So we have the people, like, you give like the relationship and the character and everything, and you just see what happens. So let's say I'm writing a sketch about a kid going to the grocery store with his mom. You mean you have somebody do that whole sketch, and you have a person be the worker at the grocery store, and you see what happens, and then if it works well enough, write it as a sketch, and it'll work pretty. I mean, sometimes it just depends. Like it helps like, get your brain like going.
Because the comedy would be in playing those characters, and then finding situation,
finding what the characters do, character choices.
Exactly, yeah. Because it's more about like one thing I learned about improv is that it's not about the. Like, to me, it's a great way to describe every performance, really, where it's not about what you're trying to, like, if you're doing comedy improv, because, improv's generally comedic, but it's like you're not thinking about it comedically. You're not going out there and trying to do the funny thing. You're doing the right thing, the choice that comes into your brain right away. Yeah. That choice, and accepting that choice and going with that choice is often where you find those comedic connections.
Absolutely. And
it's not about being
so
funny.
Naturally.
Yeah, it happens naturally. But that's hard to do, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like when I see good improv, it's actually kind of mind-blowing. Yeah. Because you can do crazy shit. Like with, I don't know if if there's anything outside of Harold's. I don't know if there's anything else where it's like a long form 60-minute, like we're trying to go from the ground up and build this whole concept. If there's anything as loose as that, I'm sure you know what a herald is.
Yeah. That's usually how it is. Yeah, herald's probably the best way to do it, like herald form. Yeah.
Yeah, because I've seen that there's those improv
form,
sketch comedy things where it's like, okay, we're doing Nightmare on Elm Street, but it's all improv, and it's like, okay, well, but there's still a base there. There's still
a like a format that they're using, like a structure that they pull upon. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know. I like sketch. It's fun. I like sketch and I like improv and stuff like that. Watching shows, I love watching improv shows. Which
Why?
I didn't think I'd like. I just love it. I love seeing people like the reason why people usually laugh at like improv things at like in an improv show like that is because it pulls off of like you recognize something. So like if you're doing a character, it's a lot funnier to everybody else in the audience if you're doing a character that they understand. So like if they're doing something that they've seen before, like the lady in the store behind you who's being really annoying, like that you're like, oh, I've seen that before. I find that funny. If you're doing like something that they have no clue about, like I don't know. I can't even think because I have no clue about it. Like just like a very niche character that doesn't make like it's a very crazy character over the top. That's like I don't even like I've never like they don't recognize, so they won't usually find it nearly as funny. I mean, you can still make funny jokes with a very crazy character. The way that I've been told to do it is if you're gonna have a crazy character, you have to have a relatable area or something, like a very like you have to have for improv you have to have a relationship, a scene, and an action or something like that, like something that like I'm rambling. I don't know.
Relationship, scene, and an action.
Yeah, or a relationship, a place, and a relationship, place. What's like the objective is usually like I guess a better way to put it. I'm trying to think of the there's like 3 keywords and I'm completely blanked on them. So
okay.
I know that it's person, place. I'm trying to think of the third one. Situation. I think that might be it. Like
that would
person,
make sense.
place, situation. And you have to cover those 3 things. And if you have one be very crazy, the other 2 have to be relatable. Like because absurdity is funny, but you have to bring absurdity from a place that people know.
Oh, that's an interesting way to look at. So like a familiar person and place, but the situation is what's wacky, or a familiar situation and a familiar place, but the person is wacky.
Yeah. And I mean, you explore and heighten and you build up. Like, I mean, usually things start very normal in improv and they just get like wild at the end. Like that's how it always is. And it's fun to see that. I think it's awesome to see that. Like just see things get explored and heightened and continued like over and over and over again. Just see it just go from just one thing to something just awesome.
But sketch comedy, that's a lot different though, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I mean, somewhat. It's just written. Like you're doing the same thing. You have to cover all those bases of person, place, situation. You know, like you have to figure that out early on, or people aren't going to get the jokes that you're making in the sketch. Yeah.
Do you think it's easier to be funny with improv or sketch comedy?
That's hard. I think everybody has different skills. Me personally, I think I'm really good at improv. I like doing improv. I'm very quick off the cusp. I also like writing though. Like I can write a good joke. Like I can write a good sketch and good jokes in sketch. It just I don't know, depends on what I feel like in the day. It's like that's like the best way. I mean, today's an improv day. I don't know.
And then like when I guess writing stand up, like that's a whole different thing from both of those.
Oh,
too.
absolutely. Yeah. Stand up. I like stand up more than I like sketch or improv.
Oh,
Absolutely.
really?
Oh, 100%. I like doing stand up because you don't have anyone to blame about doing bad but yourself. Like you can't be like, "Oh, my partner didn't say a joke I wanted him to say then." Like, no, you're the partner, you're the person who should have made the joke, you suck. And it's like you go home and like I like doing stand up. I like doing good at stand up, and I also like doing bad at stand up. Like I mean like the last couple times I've been stand up haven't been my best stuff. And having like that like, dang, that was not very good. I'm going to go home. I'm going to rewrite the stuff that didn't work, figure out what did, and make it better next time. And like that push of just making it better each time is just like, it's awesome. I love it. I love it so much.
Especially when it is better. You go out there and you're like, wow,
absolutely.
that actually is better now.
Yeah,
it's
like
hitting better.
Bombing and then like the next time going up, doing really good. It's just amazing. It's an amazing feeling. I remember this one time, I was telling you about it earlier. My friends got kicked out of Reggie's. We had went to it's Output Wrigleyville. I don't remember. I think it's Do you think that's funny? I think is the name of the mic.
Okay.
The time I went, it was not very good. The audience wasn't very great, and I'm sure it's better most other times. But that time in particular was just not good, and all of us bombed. And it was like a group of 5 people, and we all just like, it was crickets. And we were like, dude, that was awful. I was like, let's go to Reggie's. It's usually very low stake. You always get a laugh. I mean, if you're funny. And we went, and they got kicked out, and I went up and I killed. And it was just it was an amazing feeling because like an hour before I had gotten crickets. Like I got booed off the stage.
Was it the same act that you did too?
Yeah, a very similar act. Yeah. Like, I mean, I rewrote the jokes a little bit, but that's also the thing about comedy is like, the same joke, just because a joke doesn't do well doesn't mean it won't do well in a different place. Like, it really just depends on what's the crowd feeling, how do they feel about this, and like running order is also something that helps a lot. In stand-up, if you put a joke in a very specific place, no matter how bad it is, people won't remember it. Usually, people will remember the beginning of your set. Usually you do like something kind of funny after. Like the first 3 jokes have to be pretty good. And then right there you can do really whatever. And then the last one I usually like to end on a very good note because it makes them feel. It depends. It also depends on when you're going up. Because if you're the last person in the comedy show, you want to do this thing called a run out, which means you don't give a very good joke, or it's not so much not a good joke. It's a closing joke. Like it makes the audience feel like, oh, now that this is all over, so we got to go home. Because you have to get the people out. It's a whole thing. It's a science. That's what I love about comedy. It's literally, it's chemistry. Like, it's so cool. So awesome.
So when you're constructing a set, like, okay, so let's say you're going in and you know they're going to give you 4 minutes. What's going through your brain before you even show up there? Do you have the 4 minutes in mind? Because I imagine, of course, like you workshop new stuff in.
Yeah.
How does that flow work then? In your mind?
I think it usually it depends on the day. The first couple times I was going to open mics here, I wanted my stuff to be as good as possible. So I was giving my best bits, like the Trump thing. I was doing that pretty much everywhere. And then like after
Trump kills.
I loved it. That bit is awesome. I've done it. I think like every paid show I've done. It's always a house favorite. They always love like, oh, that impression's good, and it's a funny premise. Like I wrote that going to Disney with my divorced parents. Like that is the craziest shit ever. They had been divorced for like 4 years, and they decided to take us to Disney together. Wild. And we drove from Texas to Florida. It was like 23 hours.
Hell yeah.
Awful. Like, awful. But yeah, dude, I love that whole like I used to do my sets a lot about like my parents' divorce. I had some good jokes, and I'm probably gonna bring them back because they're really funny. Like I need to like reincorporate them in my sets. But usually when I do like a mic like that, like going back to what we were actually talking about, when I go to a mic like that, now that I've like known people and stuff like that, I usually just throw out new material to see if it gets a little bite, or like the older stuff that I've been working on that I have like new ideas about. Something that I like find helps a lot in writing is like I'll go look back at my old stuff and I'll look at it from a new perspective and be like, that's funny. Be funnier like this.
Do you ever like watch old clips even? You see?
Yeah. No, I have. Every time like I do shows or something, I try to film it. The last time I did a show, I didn't. But I mean, I didn't like it was. I should have. And I go back, I watch it. Usually. I give it a little bit. I give my brain a little bit because I don't do like the day after. I'll do like a week or so after. I'll rewatch it. I'll usually put like the really funny stuff in this highlight reel that I have like in my dash or in my like folders, and then the other stuff I'll rework if it didn't get as big of like. You can never blame your audience for the joke not landing. It's always your fault. Like I mean, sometimes the audience hates you, but like it's
but you said before though that it's sometimes the same joke can do well in a different room.
Absolutely. And I mean, I think that jokes can be like, in my brain, like a joke is like you got set up, build, punchline, right? That's a joke. Like that's the structure of a joke. Yes, it will. If you say the same joke, it will work. It's like usually it really comes down to if you're telling the same joke to two audiences, depending on your tone of voice, it can really change. Like it can really, like the way you say it or like the timing of when you say it. So yes, you can tell the same joke, but you can tell the same joke in multiple ways. Like you can say the same words like 100 different ways. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? That's a really weird thing to say.
No, that does make sense. I don't know if I still believe this, but it's a fun thought experiment. You can say anything if you say it the right way. You can say
absolutely
anything.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, I know.
If you know
I
how to
agree.
say it.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, that's 100% true. Like if you like you can say really, I mean,
there's like some lines.
There's some lines. Like there's some things you really can't say. Like
that's why it's debatable.
Yeah. But there's I mean, it really, yeah, I guess depending on how you say it, in what context.
Exactly.
Exactly. Context is key.
But like that's what's so say like I'm saying that I had a great day. Well, like just the fact that I said it just like that. Like I've noticed I speak in such a way where it's a little animated, so people probably think I'm being sarcastic. So I probably just play into that.
Yeah.
You know, I had a great day today, guys.
Yeah,
Let me tell you all about it.
Yeah, some people don't like. Yeah, that makes like that's like timing, tone of voice. Even like sometimes the joke that you say before can really affect like the joke that you say then because people are still thinking about it. So if you have like a really sad joke and then you make a really happy joke, people might think you're being sarcastic.
Yeah.
Which like is honestly so cool to think about. Like that's such a like that's I don't know, running order is crazy in sets.
This joke's about how my grandma died, but anyway, how you guys feel about toilet paper?
Yeah, exactly. Like you can't it's hard to do something like that. Or like my grandma just died of cancer, and then like the next thing is like, I just won the fucking lottery. Like you don't understand. It's like you can't do that.
My life's a roller coaster.
Yeah. And I mean, and sometimes, and you can play into that and make it funny. Like I don't know.
No,
great.
You're right.
Comedy's so subjective. That's and it's such like I don't know. It's so personal. It's so like. That's why I love stand-up. I love stand-up because it's all about you. Like I'm
funny because that's why I like rap. I like rap for the same. I'm a rapper.
Yeah, cool. I have friends who are rappers, friends who produce beats and stuff. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Get him on this podcast. We'll do some hippity hoppity together. It'll be amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude. And to me, it's like I love rap for that same reason. It's like why I don't like. I'm sure comedians feel like people who don't write their own material. It's the same thing as if you're a rapper who doesn't write your own song.
Yeah.
To me, rap is about that personal representation you're able to do.
Did you just diss Drake right now?
Oh my god, dude! When Kendrick and Drake were having their little feud, I'm like,
the new Kendrick album is awesome.
I know
it's awesome.
As we record this, it's only a day old now.
A day old.
That's crazy because he released it out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And there's people theorizing that it's like this wasn't even the real album, that he's gonna drop another album. I don't know if I want to get my hopes up.
I can't believe that.
Because that's just
like, he dissed like Snoop Dogg. He dissed a bunch of people.
Dissed is with the Snoop Dogg maybe, but dissed maybe. I don't know if he was.
There were
dissing
some
him.
shots at a couple people.
Because he said that thing about how Snoop Dogg tweeted about Drake.
Yeah.
Something about that. But he said, well, Snoop Dogg was probably high. That was like the line. Like, yeah, that's a good point.
Mustard.
Kendrick is my favorite rapper of all time.
Kendrick's the GOAT. Yeah,
I just like Kendrick is, and that was before all this shit. Kendrick's been my favorite since like 2015, 2016.
Yeah.
Like Kendrick's fucking amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think he's had a bad album. Like,
no.
Like, absolutely not. I mean, and this new one's such a cool take too. Like, it's very much so. It's very cool. I liked Mr. Morale a lot. I like Kendrick every once in a while.
You could never predict what he's gonna do next.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's so like, to me, what makes him so good is that he's so absurdly creative. Like, you cannot say... It's the same thing that makes somebody like Kanye so fucking good. Is like, you can't ever predict what Kanye's next sound is going to be or what it's going to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Kendrick Lamar was like, To Pimp a Butterfly, and that was right after he did Good Kid, Mad City, both classic albums at this point. And then you got Damn, and then you got Mr. Morale, and then you got this. It's like, what a fucking lineup, dude. Oh my God, Kendrick, I sound like such a fanboy when I talk about Kendrick, because it actually blows my mind that people like don't recognize he's literally the greatest rapper alive.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, you don't have anything better.
Yeah, no, there's nothing better.
J. Cole's great. I like J. Cole.
Yeah.
But J. Cole's not Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, I'm not a huge J. Cole guy. I don't dislike him, but like I mean like Wet Dreams is good. Like, I mean, that album's good. But I mean, like, I'm just not like a huge
fan. I think
fan.
it's like a big deal when people love Drake and they think Drake's the best rapper ever.
I'm not a huge Drake guy. I don't like Drake.
I've never really liked Drake
I've never
either.
liked Drake. Dude, when I was a big Kanye guy for a long time, and whenever Kanye and him had beef, I hated Drake more than anything. That Poop Diddy Scoop thing was so funny. That was hilarious.
One of the greatest chess moves of all time was Poopity Scoop.
Yeah. Boop diddy scoop, scoop dee whoop dee poop.
When that came out, people didn't know that was
people
the
didn't
story.
get it.
Yeah. So like, without any context, like people who don't know the full story, it's like Kanye West and Drake. Drake wanted to do a song over this beat that Kanye had, and so they agreed, like, okay, you're gonna do this song. And then out of nowhere, Kanye West drops a song where he says "poopity scoop" over the beat he was going to sell to Drake. And it might have been related to that whole Pusha T
Yeah,
thing.
it was. It was related to Pusha T because that was it was one of Kanye's friends, and Drake was having beef with them, so he released the song so that Drake couldn't release it, and he just said stupid shit on it just to piss off Drake.
Literally, poopity scoop, scoop to poop.
Dude, and the beat was so fire too. Like, that song, I mean, I wouldn't have liked if Drake had it, but like if Kanye would have like actually tried on that beat and he would have like said some crazy, that would have been a good song. It would have been a good song. It's a really good sample. It's so fire. I have it on my playlist. I listen to it every now and then.
It's a piece of history, though. It's, again, like a stroke of that Kanye genius. Only Kanye would achieve such a thing. It's like it's like a audible
story.
Middle finger to somebody.
Yeah, it's his story. We're just living in it.
Yeah, dude. Kanye West is the main character.
Main character.
And that's how we could close this podcast, by letting the people know that.
Yeah, that's the truth.
If you ever feel like you're not the main person in life, you're probably not. Kanye West.
Just know Kanye West is. Yeah. If you're ever down, just be like, I wish I was Kanye West.
Just check up on Kanye, watch a video or two, and remember what it's all about.
Have some good laughs.
Yeah. Is there any what's the social medias you can tell the people where they can find you?
The Caleb Jones, _Caleb_Jones on Instagram, Facebook. I do stand-up stuff. I do improv stuff. I'm always looking for shows to do. I go to the Comedy Bar anytime they have an open mic. So yeah.
Sweet. And with that being said, folks, Rose Radio. Clocking out.
I got the world in my pocket, got a girl on my arm, got an eye in my socket, whirlwinds in my palms. I'm a free man, let me lead you along. I can show you something different, let me sing you a song. Ain't no algorithm touch me, ain't no palace this lovely. I find a way to find a way out.